Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I'm doing a dish that is Italian influenced. It's a one-pot meal and it is really delicious. The flavors are incredible. So here's how we're going to begin. I have just a little over 2 pounds of chicken, and these are chicken thighs because that's what we like. I have bone in and skin on. You can use whatever cuts you like, but I highly recommend using pieces with the skin and the bones. And what I'm doing is each piece that goes in really needs to be dry, because if it's not, you'll never get a good sear. There goes a little extra virgin olive oil, and in goes, skin side down, one of the pieces of chicken. This is 8 ounces of sausage, about 230 grams. This is Italian sausage. You can use mild if you want. That is a hot sausage. And here's a little trick for helping you cook this a little faster. What I do is I go on either side of the thigh of the bones. I hold the bones and then I cut down into the meat. And just doing that will help cook that a little faster for you. This is a dish that you can start on your stovetop and finish in the oven, and that will keep your chicken skin nice and crisp and brown. But you can do the whole thing on the stovetop too. It's up to you. The rest of the ingredients are, at the end of this, I'm going to finish this up with 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar and some parsley. Now, here I have 1 medium onion, and I'm just going to cut it into these big pieces because this is a rather rustic dish. So these potatoes, again, I'm just cutting it into big chunks. I want to keep this very rustic. And then at the end, I'm going to finish this dish with cherry peppers. And these are cherry peppers. You can get them either mild, medium, heat, or hot. So I have 3 cherry peppers with about 1/4 cup of the brine that is in the peppers. And I'll cut those later. This recipe is really easy to double, quadruple, whatever you need to do. And what you can do is, as pieces brown, just take them out, put them in a roasting pan, and then this whole thing can go right into the oven. As is, this should serve about 6 people. Get a little salt and pepper. These are all beautifully browned. So now I'm just going to move these off to the side and get some of this oil into the center. And now the potatoes can go in. Potatoes are going to take about 6 minutes or so to brown. I'm going to sprinkle them with a little salt, add some pepper. I'm not going to touch those, even though I know you want to peek. Just walk away, stand back, and let them do their thing. Let them cook in the oils that are in the pan. And again, if you don't have a large pan like this, that's okay. You can just start putting everything into a roasting pan and throw it all in the oven in just a few minutes. I'll come back when these are brown. These have become golden brown on the bottom. Oh, that looks nice. But they're still quite raw, which is perfectly fine, because next in is the onion. And I season as I go. I've noticed over the years it really does make a big difference. At this point, all that needs to happen is this just has to soften up. The chicken needs to cook through, of course. So I'm going to put another tablespoon of olive oil. I have 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. I'm going to sprinkle that in there. And I've taken these peppers and quartered them, as I said I was going to. Now, here's how you do that. I just have this little, it has this little stem in here, and you just cut around it very carefully. Remove the stem, cut this into quarters or whatever size piece you want. And again, use that brine, and that's about 1/4 cup of brine in there as well. Stir it all up. scrape the bottom, scrape all those brown bits off of the bottom. And at this point, what you can do is just put a lid on this and let this cook on the stovetop. What I'm going to do is just take these chicken pieces and put them on the top along with the sausage, just to make sure they're exposed to the heat. I have my oven set at 400 degrees, which is 200 Celsius. I'm going to put this in, and when the chicken is ready, everything else is ready. If you need a little more liquid in there, check it in about 15 minutes. If you need a little more liquid, you can add a little wine or water or chicken broth, whatever you have. So this goes in, and I'll see you when it comes out. This smells so good. The potatoes become infused with the vinegar, as well as the chicken. The chicken, because we put it in the oven, the meats all have a nice crisp to them. I'm just going to finish this with just a little parsley, just to give it a little freshness. These potatoes are just beautiful. Everything is, you know, and the vinegar and also the pepper kind of infuses both the meat and the potatoes, all of the vegetable in here. Really, really delicious. Let me take a little piece of sausage and try it all together. There's a flavor that happens when you get this brown stuff on the bottom of the pan with potatoes in the pan. It is just delicious. Potatoes and onions go together so well. These peppers with the pork is a classic Italian flavor. And look at the skin on this chicken. This is a home run meal, one pot dinner, and it is excellent. I hope you try this. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you make this. It's a keeper. Thank you again. Bye, guys.